Good morning. Hi, everybody. Good afternoon, actually. Now it's 12:30 in the afternoon. Ugh, had a rough night's sleep, but I'm glad I'm here. I hope whoever's here is watching and having fun themselves. And yeah, so Centauri Carbon. So I did the Jesus Freak top vented mod for it. So we've got the parts in here. I haven't taken them off the printer yet. We printed it in some Central 3D Printing ABS Plus, the green variant, because I like green. So yeah, we're gonna throw this thing on here and see how it does. It's should be a pretty simple mod if things printed properly. Viking, good to see you, brother. Hope you're doing well. Let me get this out of the way here, my little fly swatter. Occasionally you gotta get rid of the flies. But yeah, so we'll see how this prints. This is like first ABS print on here. We're using the Central 3D Printing ABS Plus. You can find a link down there if you want to get some, if you like what you see. And again, thank you to Fabreeko for sending this guy over. This stream and this mod wouldn't be going on this stream if it wasn't for them sending that over. Central 3D Print did send me the roll of filament to check it out, see what I think. So again, thank you to them for that. My understanding from a lot of my friends is it prints really nicely, and we're going to find out. This is I haven't tweaked, tuned, or dialed anything. I just grabbed the Bamboo Labs ABS profile in Orca Slicer and put the parts in there. Made my few changes of, structural parts 5.5 and 5, and I think I bumped it up to 25% infill. So that's just my preferences. There was probably something in there that says otherwise, but that's what I did. Doing all right, just working on Tinker Atlas some more. Nice. Implementing an invite system with achievements now. Nice. You wouldn't mind a Centauri Carbon? Brother, if I could get you one, I would get you one. This thing is a beast. I am not lying right now when I tell you I want to get rid of this printer. This printer has a soft spot in my heart, so I don't want to get rid of this. But I do want to take the enclosure off of it and just use it as an open air printer. So I think one of these days I'm just going to use it as an open air fast little I don't care for the enclosure on that. So, but I do want to get rid of these two printers for sure, and probably clear out some more, and just for my personal use, just get a couple more of these. Like I wouldn't mind a wall of Centauri Carbons back there. I think it would be nice. They are, so far, it's been an amazing machine. We'll see how this ABS printed though. I've only printed a handful of PLA parts on it. Like I said, my first impressions, it's a great machine. It's worth the money. Longevity though, we'll see. We'll see how it stacks up over time. It's going to be in here for quite some time. I am going to use it often, but let's go ahead and pull these out of here and let's see what the ABS Plus prints look like. I haven't even opened this to look at it. And I did have a little bit of a power glitch last night. So we'll get a chance to see what power recovery looks like and whatnot. We do have it doesn't look like we really have. Well, maybe we did at this end. Let's see. It doesn't really look like there's any warping, and you can see it. It looks like when it cooled, everything did let go, or at least came pretty close. If you guys haven't seen the Jesus Freak vent for this thing, each one of the parts there is listed: front right, rear left, front left, and then rear right. And then these are the straights that go across. And yeah, it wants to. It all wants to come off. Let's stop the camera from jumping around a little bit, shall we? Let's move it over and bring it down just a little. There we go. Now you guys can see the parts. So that just, after it cooled, they're just coming right off the build plate. So it stuck all the way through, and at the very end, I mean, it is just coming right off the build plate. I've never really had ABS that either would come off that easy after a successful print. Usually after a failed print, it is because it didn't adhere and it just fell off. Or it was like really like, I am holding on for dear life. So, and I did use the textured side for PLA, TPU, ABS, PETG, carbon fiber. So I did use side A. And it released very well. So I'm going to put this back in there for now, because we got a little bit of cleanup to do on the parts, of course, because print with the brim just so we make sure that it actually holds. That might be a pain in the butt there for me, but we'll see. I do have my little deburring tool that we'll use to clean up that edge. My phone keeps blurping at me. Why? Let's see what's going on. My buddy Linwood. My buddy Linwood. All right. Personal Llama, what's going on? Captain Kern, good to see you, brother. We're cleaning up the parts right now. So this part's gonna be kind of boring, I know. But if you hang out, we'll talk, we'll chat, we'll do something, we'll figure something out. We're just kind of cleaning up the edges now here for the Centauri Carbon's little top mount from Jesus Freak. I did post the link down in the description if anybody has a Centauri Carbon and you're looking to get a riser for it, or you were wondering which one to get. This is the one that Joel printed back when he was doing his reviews and doing functional prints. So, and it is one of the more downloaded ones on printables. So if you want to get this one, I posted the link to take you right to it. So you don't even have to try. You just click the link and download the files. Yes, yes. So Personal Llama, how are ya? And Captain Kern, how are you today, good sir? Hope you guys are doing well. Okay, there's one cleaned up. Let's get this one done. This one is coming pretty much right off. That first one, when it was printing, it was a little bit close, so I did have to adjust Z offset just a little bit. So printing a hotter material with a hotter build plate, it causes more expansion. So I'm assuming that was probably part of it, but that one, just that whole brim came off nice and clean. Here is an underside view so you can kind of see. And here's the actual like layers going around. Top surface finish. And then, but there you go. There's an all-around view of parts. Let's see how the rest of these go. That one is pretty much the same thing. It's coming out pretty good, a little bit tighter, so I will have to do a little bit of cleanup around this one. But still, not looking bad. Go through the centers here. Just kind of clean that out. Get all the stuff off of it. So what's everybody been up to? How's everybody's day going? How's life treating you today? Me, I woke up a bit later than I normally do, and I had a kink in my neck. Woke up at some point throughout the evening with a really sharp pain in my right knee. I don't know what the heck happened there. It was the way I was sleeping or something. But getting slicer beds filled with parts to print the Ender CNC project, so you can find out how much filament you need to get from Central. Yeah, Central sent me this ABS, man. I cannot complain. Central 3D Printing is the ABS is I like, you know, I like green. For me, it is a, you know, good color green, gorgeous color green. The overall print of this was amazing. It was, again, I used a standard, that is the standard Bamboo Labs ABS profile. I just dropped it in there, threw the stuff at it, let it go. And he's been sore since March. Hoping in a month to have your last operation. I hope so, good sir. I hope so, because you've been through some hell with that knee. So I am hoping that things go better for you. Okay, I'm going to take this one and try and get it off here, because I want to see how big a pain it is to get these vents to move. They are definitely sticking. I'm trying to work it back and forth a little bit. But then I remember from Joel's video, he said grab something and kind of just wedge it under here a little bit. Let's see, which side was it? I think it was this side. Yep, it's this side. So you put the top down, and then you can like wedge a little something in there. Let's see, will this side fit in there? No. But you just wedge it in there. Try and break the parts loose a little bit. And then I'll try the other side too and see, because it's, oh, I heard a little creaky creak there and there too. So let's see. All right, let's try going under here a little bit. There we go. I heard a snap there. Snap there. Snap there. I don't know if you guys can hear them. Let's see if we can get some snaps on the other side here. Here we go. Let's see if you guys can hear these as I go. Martin, what's going on, Shrimp Daddy? Let's see if you guys, there you go. Can you guys hear that loud little pop? There we go, another pop. There's another good pop. All right. There we go. Look at that. The vents are now working. So I was wrong. You really don't have to push across the top. Got to push across the bottom and just kind of press in and just pop the few little bits there. By the way, there is another Magneto X for sale in Denver for $700. Captain Kern, man, brother, if I could help you get that or help you acquire that, I definitely wouldn't be against it. I mean, the Magneto it is going to require some hands-on and a little knowledge to get it up and running. And there's a lot of people that I don't know if it was a lack of understanding, a lack of knowledge, or just I have too much money and want the latest and greatest new thing. But there was a lot of people who got their hands on those that I think maybe should have waited just a skosh longer. Wife will be happy is now vented pew. All right. So, and again, just so you guys, like on the underhang here, there's a little bit, a little bit of ugliness on that, but look at that surface quality. And again, the only thing I changed was I do 5, 5, and 5 on my structural parts and then bump up my infill a little bit. But look at, look. So again, LTX, what's going on, man? Good to see you. That's some good looking C3D green ABS Plus. I always like to throw in the fact that it's the Plus. But yes, it is looking good. The print is, the quality is good. Like I said, I'm using just a standard Bamboo Labs profile. Nothing special. Just Bamboo Labs ABS, pulled it in, and that was it. The only thing I did change was the sidewalls. And look at this. Look at this. You guys just see that? Look at it. It slides together a bit. The fitment may be a little loose, but again, you can throw some glue in there or something to adhere. But look at the, there's a little bit of gapping in there, but that part went together very well. So we'll take that out of there. Let's just see on the other side real quick and make sure that, yeah, right in there. So this will be nice. This is front left, which is actually where this one goes. But now let's make sure the rest of them all break apart and get them all cleaned up, and then we'll set it on there. Take this guy, give it a little. The edges, like on these, coming off real nice. You just gotta get that little bit of it that's in the edge there. There we go. Let's just grab another one real quick and just see here. Yep, just right through. I put that one in backwards, but it still slid straight through, see? But yeah, I am definitely, I mean, I'm not going to lie, like a lot of us, I was getting away from using ABS for the obvious reasons, main one being warping. So far, this is the first big ABS print I've done with the C3D. And it's good. It is good. If it continues that way, might have to talk to them about a possible partnership and actually use it more frequently. You know? There we go. You guys hear those satisfying snaps? You guys hear all them satisfying snaps? You have not had anything warp? Nice, Captain. Nice. Yeah, I haven't. You guys know, like the Centauri is kind of what I've been waiting on because I needed a truly working printer because you guys know my luck with printers. The minute I start printing something or I start working with a printer, something will go crazy or awry. And I said, I'm not doing any mechanical modifications to this machine. This machine is getting some printable add-ons like the vent to lift up the glass, give a little bit less pressure on the PTFE tube going into the hot end, kind of help bring that curve up. And also, you know, give me the ability to, look at that, put vents on there. Jesus Freak did a hell of a job putting this thing together, man. Like, it is good. We got a little bit, we got a couple little layers on this one right here where we had some droopies. You can see those little guys right there. That's nothing that's going to take away from the overall structural. And realistically, if nothing else, put it on the back. The only thing that you've experienced with the CD3A Plus is especially you have to dry it. Other than that, it's top 5 filament for you, LTX. Yeah, I didn't even dry this, man. I took it out of the box. It's been kind of floating around in the office. I just threw it right on there and sent it. So, and GTR, good to see you, man. Hope you're doing well. But look at that. Boom. It just, I snap apart those little snaps and it just works. So far, so good. 2 for 2. Let's just go ahead and get all this off of here. Let's take all this off of here so we can, you know, try and clean these up a little faster. These look like they were sticking a little bit better around the edge. So it might be a little more cleanup work on here. But we'll get this, you know, we'll get this cleaned up. We'll get it put on top of the printer. And then we'll hopefully, you know, because like Joel says, the ghost of Uncle Jesse will haunt you and your glass will break. And we want to make sure we don't have to take the glass off the top any more than we have to, so that we are less likely to have the ghost of Uncle Jesse come break our glass. I'm almost there, guys. I'm almost there. A little bit more cleanup. The overall print quality, again, this one had a little bit of the same thing, a little bit where a couple layers were a little droopy there. But it didn't mess up the print, and it doesn't look overall, didn't really overall mess up the aesthetics of the print. So looks nice. So I'm going to have to probably reprint my poop bucket on the back because mismatched colors. I mean, it's a brown poop bucket with a green top. It looks like a tree, you know? So I might have to reprint this in the, reprint the poop bucket in some green ABS as well. 3D Medic Vince, good to see you, brother. Hope you're doing well. All right, that's all cleaned up. Let's move on to pop and part the bottom here. See if you guys can hear those nice, crisp, clean pops. There we go. There we go. Yeah, get them nice, crisp, clean pops for you. Little 3D printing ASMR. Oh, shit, I broke one of the vents out. I pushed too hard. Oh, well, we can always reprint one. So I pushed too hard, guys. I got a little too cocky. I was trying to get nice, clean snaps for you. So we have one vent. One. We'll reprint it, though. Don't worry. I'll reprint this one. We'll make sure it works, though. We'll still use it for right now because one vent shouldn't be, that one little bit shouldn't be too bad. But yeah, we broke one of them out. Dadgummit. Ah, well. If I had some ABS slurry floating around, I could probably whip some up real quick, put a little slurry on there, right on the end of this guy, and then just wedge it right back in there. You know, let's see, how big a pain would that be to go crazy and try to repair that? It would help if I put it in the right way, first off. Let's see, do we try to repair it or do we just reprint it? I think we just reprint one because we need stuff to print anyway, right? Oh, it broke, and then there's a piece of it must be rattling around in there somewhere. Because it like split twice, so I must have, oh, there it is. The other piece is right here. There we go. Ah, well, we'll just reprint one. Not a big deal. But for right now, it'll work for the process. Always print on the hotter side. It works well for me. Yeah. I haven't been printing. I printed this at 260. Just so anybody's wondering, I printed it at 260 on that, fully enclosed, 260, printed well. Also, it does print a little bit faster too, so, you know, compared to the old numbers where printers ran much slower, so a 240, 250 for ABS, 235, 240 for ABS was a kind of like the go-to. That was on the older, slower machines. Faster machines are moving quicker. You need a little more heat. So 260 is working for me on that. 260, 105 for the first layer, and then 100 for the remaining layers seem to be just fine with that build plate. So those seem to be the numbers that Bamboo Labs uses, and it seems to be the numbers that worked well for this stuff on this printer. So if you don't want to just use the Bamboo Labs ABS profile, I'm pretty sure that it's probably the same standard with like Polymakers as well. So I could probably throw a Polymaker ABS profile at it and see what that does. And then, you know, we can tweak, tune, and build our own off of that, and then potentially put it out there in the wild if anybody wants to use what I get when I'm done, when I do that, which could be anytime between now and who knows? You guys know how I am. I'm a little scatterbrained from time to time, a little ADHD, you know. But let's just see here real quick. Okay, that one fitting in there nice. Okay. That one looks like that side might have warped a little bit. No. It's just the way I'm looking at it. Let's see, ready? Time to gently pop everything loose and quit trying to give you guys nice, crisp, clear, loud pops. Let's go down low here and just make sure. We're going to go low so we don't push on the fin and potentially break him again. There we go. There we go. There we go. All right. Let's see. All right, let's go down this side again. There we are. We missed a few. There it is. Woohoo! All right. Let's see here. You print a little higher than the slicer or the Bamboo one. Okay, well, Bamboo for me was printing at 260, so not really sure if maybe it was an update in Orca for me to you, but on the Venture, though, you print it at 280 on that machine. yeah, there's a lot more chamber to heat. So yeah, I definitely understand that. All right, I'm gonna stand up. Don't make fun of me. Okay, I know I'm old, I know I'm fat. Don't make fun of me. If you make fun of me, you got to answer to LTX. LTX will beat you up, right, LTX? All right, so I'm going to put the one where I just broke the fin. Let me find that one. It's this one right here. I'm going to put this one on the rear. So I'm going to look for right rear and left rear, or rear left, rear right. We'll put rear left on the left. And then rear right on the right. And then we'll set it on top here. There we go. All right, let's close the door so we don't break that. Now we got front left, front right. Let's take, we'll kind of work our way around. So we'll take another one here, set this on. And then we'll take our front left and set that on. There we go. Now we'll take our front right and a front piece. This one just slides into place. This guy slides into place. And again, I did print all this in ABS, so heat over time should be less of an issue than if I'd have done it in PETG or PLA or anything like that. But there we go. So let's make sure vents are kind of closed up here. There we go. Let's grab our glass and hope it don't break when we set it on. What am I talking about, Twig? Captain. All right, gang. Glass is on top. There's a little bit of play in there, but all in all, the glass fits perfect. It's on there. There's the first non-Elegoo sanctioned mod. This one is Jesus Freak. Again, the link is posted down below. I mean, we did do the poop bucket on the back there. We did print the scraper. By we, I mean, I did this off camera, guys. I'm sorry, but I did print the scraper in the wood PLA. Kind of thinking now I want to grab the files, reslice this, and do it in the green. Kind of stick with that gray and green. You know, that kind of a space gray and green look, you know. Lift my chair up. But there we go, guys. What do you think? Let me give you this. Ready? I'm digging it. I do like it. That's my thing. You guys know me. I have weird things with my ADHD and like aesthetics. Has to be pleasing to my brain. But I do like it. It looks good. There we go. And then, of course, like I said, we can open vents when we need to. We can click confirm on the screen now. We're done with that. I usually print ABS and ASA at 265 and bed at 105. Okay. Yeah, I usually print my ASAs about like that too. So I guess the other thing I could have done now that I think about it, but I wanted to print the, I wanted to check out this Central because the C3D is been kind of sitting here collecting dust and I didn't like that. So I wanted to print with it. I could hear it in my voice. My sinuses are getting plugged up. So that sucks. But let me go ahead and back this back out. But there you go, guys. Yeah, looks good. I like it. It's definitely a mod worth checking out if you have one. Again, I'm not wrapping the stream, but in case I want to, you know, cut this down, you know, we'll just pretend like I'm ending the stream. So, ta-da! Anyway, by the way, you guys see that Vince turned me into a meme after the last stream? Did you guys see that? Stupid fly. Oh, I better be careful, man. Somebody might try to cancel me for killing a fly. I don't want that. Flies are annoying. Okay? they didn't have wings, they'd be walks. You've never seen Mini Bob before? How did you never see Mini Bob? He's always right there. This is the Lulzbot Mini. It was given to me by, I don't even remember now. Hold on, Florida. Came out of Florida. Who was it from Florida? It was somebody from Florida. It was one of the viewers from Florida. Sent it to me back when I was streaming mainly on Twitch. He sent me Mini Bob. So I have a Lulzbot Mini back there. Good old Ramps or Rambo board, right? It's the old Rambo board. It's an OG, yeah. It's all covered up, maybe. Yeah, no, I've always had, there's always been like a bunch of crap kind of back in here. I need to get the office cleaned out. I need to organize. That's why, let me do this real quick. Let me move up. Okay, so this printer is up for grabs. It has a clogged nozzle currently, but this printer's up for grabs. I don't want to, but if somebody likes to tinker and wants a tinker machine, this one is also up for grabs. Understand something. I don't know how you're going to get it from me if you live far, far away, but if you make me an offer on either one of these two, and you're serious, we can figure it out. But I'm just saying. Mini Bob back there, the Lulzbot Mini, it's kind of a nostalgic thing. These two, this one and this one for right now, will probably be over in here. And then I'm going to move this big guy over this way a little bit. And with these two gone, I want to put this one up here as far over as I can go. And then I want to get a second and possibly even a third one to put here. Yes, I'm enjoying this machine that much that I want to acquire two more, at least. So, but again, it's not for everyone, and I am not trying to tell anyone how to spend their money. So yeah, there's a guy that modernized the Mini Bob, and it's fast. Yeah, I one day want to do something with that. My buddy Aaron, aka Geared 3D, I sent him a box full of parts because I got two of them. One was broke down into pieces, so I sent all the pieces boxed up to him out in the West Coast area. And he was going to kind of go with it. What's the smaller printer? LTX. This is the Pandora's box. It is a like a V0. It's a V0 mod. It's actually got a PDF, PDF, DLL, PDF. White frame. It's taller, obviously. It goes all the way up to here is the frame. It's got the Nomi in the front. It's got a Bondtech LGX light on top. It's running a Guy the Jedi. What's going on, man? Good to see you. But it's running a M8P. Yeah, it's got an M8P slammed in underneath this thing with a CB1, I believe, on it. And it has a, let me zoom back out here. It has a cartographer on it. Not the, it's got a USB version of the cartographer. So, legitimate offers. If you want one, just send me a legitimate offer, what you would pay for either one of those two for right now. I need to clear up some space. I need to get rid of some stuff. And as much as I enjoyed playing around with the FL Sun, it was more of an impulse or the full Sun as they go by. But it is the T1 Pro, not the T1. And you guys watched me struggle through getting it up and running again. And it's fun. It's a fun printer. It's just loud. It's large. And it was more of an impulse thing when I got it because I didn't have one. And I at least wanted to try it. And now that I got it, I tried it, I printed with it, it works good, but I'm looking for this right here. So if anybody lives nearby and they want to acquire one of those, that'll make it easier. If you don't, shipping is going to be a bitch, especially on something that large. However, if you want to make a similar deal to like what Digital Dragon did, where you wait till the next rep event, then I'll bring it to you at the next rep event that I'm attending. Let me be specific. The next rep event that I attend, which won't be 3D Printopia this year unless I get a sponsor between now and then, which I don't know, maybe it'll happen, but I'm going to bank on, or I'm going to err on the side of I won't, so I won't. But I could. It could happen. I mean, somebody could reach out and say, hey, we want to sponsor your trip to, you know, 3D Printopia this year. We're going to put you up in a room. We're going to cover your travel expenses. If you want to throw in a little walking around money so I can get something to eat, that would be fine too. But realistically, cover the travel expenses and cover my lodging, and, you know, I'll be there. You know, I'm going to most likely drive. So, because if I have to bring a large ass printer to give to somebody at the event, then I more definitely need to drive. So, but yeah, gang, I don't really know where we're going to go from here with the rest of this stream. If there's any other like things out there, I was looking at, there's a toolkit like that, since they use like steel side panels, you can actually put magnets on here. I was looking at like there's a toolkit that you can stick on, and I'd probably put it on this side to keep with the filaments here, put it here so everything stays on this side, so that when I start putting them, like the one for sure, and then at some point 2, and then possibly 3, it'll be easier to kind of maneuver everything. Yeah. But this guy here is a Rook 2020 for those who may be curious. That one was one that again, the frame was sent to me by Fabreeko back in the day. I bought the Rook kit from Fabreeko because they had the first kits out for it. So I bought one of the Rook kits from Fabreeko, and Hector sent along the 2020 frame. Actually, I had the 2020 frame prior to getting the kit. He sent me out the frame. I was going to dig through my parts and then realized I wanted to check out the kit, see what was in there. So that's what we did. Havoc, what's going on, man? Good to see you. Hey, Havoc, you live a little bit closer to me than some of these guys. I'll say it again now that you're here. These two printers right here, they are up for grabs. If you're interested, just shoot me an offer for either one, T1 Pro or the Pandora's box. If you're interested in either one, man, you're a little bit closer. It's a little bit easier to say I'll meet you in the middle. But I know that it may not be something you're interested in right now with all your other projects, but just if you are, there's 2 options for you. Let me know what you would give for them. This one does currently have a clogged nozzle. Got to tear the hot end apart. I could do that, or just leave it and be like, here, it's got a clogged nozzle. You know, tear the hot end apart and clean it. And then this guy is a project printer, so yeah. You totally would take the Pandora's box. I know, man. You've been kind of eyeballing that in the streams for a while. You have been kind of like intrigued by that little printer. That thing is, it's cool. And when the opportunity came to make the swap on Marketplace and acquire that, I wanted it because it was unique. But then I realized the older I get and the more I've got going on, the less time I have to tinker with something that I need to work. So I'm like, this came out. It's been working great for me so far. You did miss it, Havoc. We did get this installed. I did break one of the vents on the back one. I put it on the back so you can't see it, but I did break one of these vents right here, these little slotted parts. So we will have to reprint one. Not a big deal. I got more than enough filament left for that. What filament is that? Havoc, that is the Central 3D Printing Green ABS Plus. I wanted to print that stuff and try it out, and it is ABS, but I was being a little aggressive trying to get some nice, good pops when I was trying to break the fins loose, and I pushed a little too hard and popped the fin through. So, plus I should have been pushing more down at the base and then popping them instead of pushing towards the bottom of the fin, because that was my own stupidity there. However, I guess while I'm sitting here, We can always kind of switch this back now to the Centauri Carbon, discard that, bamboo ABS. Let's take a look at something here. Everything printed well, so I don't really want to mess with it. We are using the textured PEI, so yeah, we don't have to mess with any of that. Let's remove the duck real quick from the slicer, and let's just put one of those fins in there. So let's go ahead and find this guy. Give me a second to find the kit again, guys, so I can print the part. To go through original model for smaller beds. There we go. And then we need the riser. Which one was it? CC riser notched panel, riser panel. Trying to remember which one it is. It's got the corners. There's some crossbars. Let's open this. I think it was a step file. Yeah, there it is. That's the file we needed. We got to put it the right way. It prints it or tries to print it standing up tall. We don't want to do that. We want to print it on this surface here. So let's drop it to here. There we go. And leave one. That's all we need. Let's go ahead and do our 5, 5, and 5 with 25% infill. That's the only changes I make. You guys probably would like to see that, huh? To know that I'm not lying, yeah? You might be interested in Pandora's box. Do you have a way to weigh it? LTX, we tell you what, we'll talk more on Discord about that afterwards, and we'll see. Science Sniper, how you doing, man? Good to see you. Let me click here. Let's go to right screen. But yeah, LTX, we'll talk more after the stream about that guy. But there we go. I will tell you, LTX, that it is a project, plain and simple. It is a project. It's probably going to be, you know, it's like a bit of a finicky thing. So if you're interested, please know that. I'm telling you because I want to be completely transparent and honest. I don't want you to think out of the box, you're going to plug it in, turn it on, it's going to work, and you're going to be like, yay! You're probably going to be spending time pulling out your hair and cussing me out under your breath. I was excited to get it when I got it, then I got it, and then I was like, oh, this thing's a lot of work. But when it prints well. Prints very well. So, but let's see. Is that the one that I did print already? Let me see, because I see there's a notch in that. I don't remember. Yes, they all have it. Okay, good. All right. Here we go. Really need to stop procrastinating and finish the Merc. Havoc. Finish the Merc. Okay, I did my job. I motivated you. Look at that. All right. So here we go. Got that guy. Let's hit slice plate real quick. We'll see. One will take 3 hours and 6 minutes. And there we go. Whoopsie. There we go. And there it is. Yep. Look at all that infill. And this is the part where it takes so long, is right here, because you've got all of these retractions that it makes. And if you guys look at this, okay, I showed you the parts. There was really no stringing, and look at these, like, look at the amount of retractions you have in here, where these vents are on one side, these vents are on the other, and then this is the sliding part in the middle. It's got all of these retractions that it does to jump from one to the next. And that filament printed with like no stringing. And that's ABS. It's ABS Plus. And it's ABS Plus that was like, again, I had opened the package. The spool had been sitting out in my office here where it, you know, moisture can, or the humidity can fluctuate quite a bit. Oh my God, does it hurt to turn? Like I went to turn this way and there's just like pain. Oh. Nothing can be worse than the voxel that you got. 3 MCUs later. Sorry to laugh at you, brother, but damn. But yeah, guys, I mean, just like take that into consideration, all of these little retractions for the venting that it does. And you saw the parts when I popped them off. There was no crazy like wispies or anything like that. And it does when you print, what you're looking at is down here, you're breaking these guys loose right here. This little spot here, 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 you know. There's all of those little bridges that it builds or it goes to build off of so that when the next layer starts, you've got that little air gap. And you can see, look at that. It bridges across all of these in that ABS that, you know, to me, it's just amazing. Okay. It goes 1 or 2 layers high, and then you have all of these little bridges in between that create the base that it then builds off of to build that floating section in the middle. And it printed all of that. All of that centerpiece was printed up without any crazy, like, issues. You guys saw. All I did was a couple of little snaps, and it with the exception of the one I broke because I was trying to get a nice, loud, like, He-Man type snap for you, and I broke it. It's my bad. But we'll reprint one more. So we're going to hit print. We're going to go ahead and hit upload and print. And we are printing on the A plate, or A side of the plate. Remember, I told you guys I'm checking myself. Yes, it is the A side of the plate. So A side. Textured build plate, A side. There we go. Do we want to turn on a time lapse for this? Heated bed leveling. Do we want to do the heated bed leveling too? We'll just kind of ride with it. Let's hit upload. There's a warning after slicing the model. It seems as though has floating orientation. Yeah, that's fine. But there it goes. Now the lovely slicer is going to heat the printer up. You can't see it because my head's in the way, but there you go. Everything is heating up. Chamber temp will come up. And then here's videos. Oh, let's see here. Let's take a look at this. This is a time lapse that I did for all the other parts. Can we export that out? No, not while it's doing its thing. All right. When it's done, I'll have to export that out, and maybe it says 2-hour video, or yeah, 0.2 2-hour 0-minute video. I don't know that I need a 2-hour long time lapse of a 19-hour print. Let's see here. You had to, if you had the cash, you would already have one. What are you talking about here? Hold on. Oh, okay. Yeah. You would have got the SV08 Max. Yeah. Still considering one if you can sell those paint guns. Yeah, brother. I hope you get those things sold. I know you've been trying for a while, so I hope you get those things sold. But this is their little Elegoo interface that when you use the when you're using their Elegoo link, because they call it Elegoo link in here. But that's it. That's what it looks like. And then if you just, oh, look, there's XR Bunker Works, aka Shammy. He's a badass. There's Fabreeko. And look, if you go to 3D printers, Elegoo Centauri still says that they are sold out. They are $339.99 there, but again, remember, they're getting them in stock US stateside and currently doing pre-orders. So there you go. Just watched Taylor's video on the Venture XL, and it's still looking like you want one. Yeah. That thing is pretty awesome. I mean, 600 by 600 by 600. It's a massive beast of a printer. Definitely wouldn't mind one, but don't really have anywhere to put it. And then, of course, I'm going through my tabs now. You guys are stuck. There's, Central 3D Printing. There's their ABS Plus. Currently, you can get the black for $16.99. The green that I'm using is also $16.99, so you can get a roll of that for $16.99. I think the black sparkle, yeah, the sparkle black is $18.99. Red, sparkle red, white, blue, and then purple, brown, and yellow. So the sparkles are $2 more. So for the red sparkle and the black sparkle, you pay $18.99. So sub $20 for these. So not bad. And then, of course, there is Jesus Freak over on Printables, the gentleman who made the riser here. And let's take a look and see if maybe in here. Oh, okay, yeah, and then there is a bevel under the perimeter for an LED light strip. So if I wanted to go crazy, I could get a better light strip. There's a 45, the 45 underneath on those, so that you can mount up some LED light strips. You ordered yours from the Armor 3D site. Nice. But what I was going to do, and now that I ADHD and scatterbrained, was I was going to go look up something, and I can't remember what the hell we were talking about. Oh, that's what I was going to do. Yeah, let's do this. What was it? 3031, right? Slash. Oh no, just go right to the IP address. There we go. And there it is. There's the actual web interface. Same thing you see within Orca Slicer. Everything is pretty much the same. It's a very stripped down, kind of a fluid-esque web interface. But like I said, it's very stripped down. There's not a lot in here. I would like a little more control or an option to enable like a developer mode so that you can have a little more access to some more features within the printer. That is my if there's a negative that comes with this printer that I have that I think could be better, is the web interface, giving an option for people to say, hey, look, if you enable the developer mode and you make changes within here, please understand you can do irreversible damage to said printer. So by turning this on, you understand, and then giving us the option to turn on developer mode to be able to kind of get a little more under the hood. I get that Elegoo is kind of, you know, designed their own thing here. It's not Clipper, it's not Marlin, it's its own thing that they designed. I understand that. I understand it's closed source, but give us a little more freedom to some extra settings that maybe we want to play around with. That is just a request. That would be the only thing I honestly think, you know, the tinkerers like myself would enjoy. And even those that are better tinkerers than me, because we know I'm just dangerous enough to screw something up. Yeah. Yeah, Science Sniper, it was just the aligning of the stars that I was able to get one, and at the price that they're at, I will be making a poor financial decision at some point in my life and adding at least one or two more to the collection back there. I do want to get rid of this one and then move this one down, and then I'm going to take this old ANET A8 Plus that's back here, and I don't know. I've got some spare parts for it because Edutech Jim had given me some spare parts from one that he had laying around, so they wound up here. Or maybe that was Digital Dragon. I think it might have been Digital Dragon who sent me the spare parts. It was either Jim from the Edutech or Digital Dragon, I believe. It might have even been Sergio, for all I know. It was one of those three. It was one of those three for sure that sent me some spare parts for the ANET A8 Plus. So I may just try to get that thing printing again and then just give it away. That might be one of those just like off stream one day sitting out here just going nuts, or I might even just fire up a stream and just go. Get it printing again and then just off into the world with it. Just give it away to someone, get it out of here. Right now you receive the Elegoo Neptune 4 Max. Yeah, the Neptune 4 Max is definitely a big boy, but you have big ambitions, so a larger printer is always a good thing. Do you have time after the stream to talk about something for just a few minutes? Viking, anything you want, brother. I will hop into I'll hop into your Discord after this and we can chat, or we can just link up on Discord and chat there. So yeah, brother, definitely Definitely, definitely. JPP, what's going on, man? Good to see you. I'm just kind of waiting for this thing to start printing. You guys know I try to give you guys, you know, a 2-hour stream when I stream, but because of, you know, it being a Sunday and it is the weekend that my daughter's here, granted, she's at my mother's house for the night. I don't know when she'll be home. Probably going to wrap this thing up here as soon as we get that first layer going down, and I can kind of show you guys that first layer. Oh, speaking of, I forgot we did do this. So there you go. You guys can just see the camera direct. I don't have to share the screen and do that. We can just do this. You guys can kind of watch that thing coming into play there. We'll see how it does throwing down that first layer. But we're probably going to, batch 2 should have some changes. They have a lot of feedback from the first 50. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Just know right now you can get an Anycubic Cobra 3 with Ace for $10 more than just an Ace Pro. Ah, pretty sweet. Yeah, there's a guy near me who's got some Cobra 3, right? The Cobra 3 with the Ace, some of the bed slingers. He's got a couple of those laying around that he's selling off for like $225 on Marketplace. And I had thought about getting one so I could get an Ace and then having a multi-material system. Okay. First layer looks like it's going down well. So we're going to let this thing ride out, see how it does. We'll let it print for a little bit. We'll let you guys kind of check out that first layer going down, and we'll see how it does and kind of go from there. But going to let it kind of do its thing. It is running into that purge line there, but that's all right. Need another Ace Pro for the S1. So you can do 8 colors? Yeah, that'd be nice. But yeah, like I said, I think the guy said that he had a couple of the let me go look and see if it's still up. I had thought about reaching out to him and seeing if he wanted to make, like, you know, if he was interested in getting a Tinkerer's printer and then swapping him maybe 2 or 3 of those for this guy. Looks like we're getting a little close there, guys. Looks like maybe I should have ran a bed level. I know I did adjust the offset here, which is kind of a pain to do. There we go. Go to extrude, prep. Where was it? Oh yeah, under settings, Z offset. And then let's move our Z offset a little bit. We're going to adjust that Z offset just a skosh here because it is looking a bit closer than I want it to be. And by a bit, I mean a lot. There we go. So it's clearing up a little bit. Let it do a quick loop around. All right, we'll let that ride for now. It's looking a little funny, but we're gonna let that first layer go for right now. We'll play around with it some more. If it fails, it fails, and we'll start again. But I think it'll be just fine. The only complaint with the Cobra S1 is no URL access to the camera that you can find. Let's see here. Hold on a minute. If we go back here. Let's take a look at something. Let me bring this up and we'll see if we can do this and see if that's how we can find it. So give me a second, jump back here. Let's right click and let's go to inspect. And I'm looking to see if we can inspect let's see here. trying to remember where it's at, where you can sources. Yeah, if you when you bring this up, if you go to inspect and then sources, like I can see it right here. It shows the IP address with the port number, and then you click under it and it says video. And if you hover over that, it gives you an IP address with a port number and it says /video. So if you go do an inspect on the web interface, you should be able to do something similar under sources. So if you're using Chrome, yeah. If you're using Chrome, you should be able to do something similar. Just kind of right click inspect, go to sources, and then under sources, as you look down, you'll notice that one of them should have a port number. Jesus, I'm having a brain fart. But yeah, there is no web interface for the Cobra. Cobra has no web interface. Darn it. Wonder if there's a way. That is not looking too happy to me, but I could be just seeing stuff. Yeah, it's just throwing down the brim. Just adjusting that offset a little bit more, gang. Okay, we'll let that ride now. But you lose the camera and slicer in the app when you install wrinkles. Camera should still be an RTSP stream, so it should have access. Yeah, it's going to be a matter of getting your printer's IP address and then kind of looking to see like what ports are open or available, and then being able to grab it some way, somehow. Hold on. You guys are talking about the Cobra S1. Let's see here. Cobra S1 camera RTSP. And Cobra it says format by default access local port 180806. To use the stream other devices integrated like NAS systems, enable LAN mode on the printer, and politely use tools like FFmpeg, Node Media Server, or for RTMP to convert the stream to RT. So, hey, look at this. Here's a little video on how to convert the stream from one to another. So there is some information out there on what you could do. Yeah. Anycubic's already locked down the clipper. Yeah, but this is like straight network, so. Open browser, go to the device's IP address, followed by :18086. Yeah, try that and see what happens. Like LTX is saying there. You have to give that a whirl and let us know. Yeah. The bigger the printer, the slower the max speed would be because of the larger bed moving around. That's why Core XY printers are nice. And who knows, Science Sniper, you might be able to, once they can get enough orders filled and maybe have a little stock, you might be able to reach out to them and see if they might be able to send something like that to you. The only other thing you could do is just kind of, keep hammering away at it, man. Get yourself some more live streams going. Get a little bit more of an audience base that way. I personally hate making content. I just like hanging out and doing it live. And if I screw it up live, you see me screw it up live, like when I snapped that fin on that one. And that's the reason why we're printing on because I screwed up. Then you guys know not to do that when you guys print this and you guys are snapping them loose. You know to be careful, be cautious, and dig down in there. Don't just like push at it and then snap the fins out. And from looking at it after we looked at the sliced file, you see where there's only like 4 or 6 points of actual contact where you need to push. So you don't have to push on all of them. You just have to push on the few where those, roughly where those little bridges are. Yeah. There we go. Bring me back into frame. Then if I go like this. Anybody sick yet? Sorry, it's just fun to mess with the camera. But yeah, no, I personally don't really care for making like content, but I need to start doing it more because some of you guys do enjoy content, whether it's long form, short form, whatever the form. You guys like having content, and I just need to figure out ways to take what I'm doing and be able to like clip things down into something that's useful. Usually the useful stuff just happens during the live stream, and short of actually recording all of my live streams and then going in and like chopping them up, which is a thought, you know. The printer moves so fast it sounds like my phone like faintly ringing when it does its little back and forth there that it's doing, which you guys can see right there. When it's doing that, it makes just a faint enough noise. So yeah, start streaming. But hey, dude, Havoc, brother, just do it. All right. You watch me make an ass of myself. I tell everybody, I've told many people, and many people have started streams because I keep saying it. Get a webcam, get a microphone, start streaming. Ain't got to be a great webcam. Hell, for the longest time, I used like, you know, cheapo, like it was a Logitech. And even before the Logitechs, I had just whatever I could get. But, you know, I went to a Logitech. And then after that, it was one of those things where it was like, boom, we bought the OBS bot or OBS bot. You know, it's nice to have. This, again, was because I was streaming and, you know, Jeremy and Keela and Poity all got tired of listening to my garbled audio. So they sent me the funds on Christmas Day and I bought this guy so that we had it. It's Arnie. What's going on, Arnie? How are you, man? Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Took you forever to get the review video out. Resolve DaVinci broke, couldn't get it fixed. Yeah. The thing is just do it, man. Like, if you want to stream, just stream. There's no reason not to. If you want to do it, do it. Like, get a webcam, get a microphone, and just start streaming. You may have 1 or 2 people watching you, but it starts somewhere. You know, it says 70 views and 16 concurrent viewers right now, is what it's telling me. I don't care if that thing says there's nobody. I still get up, fire the camera up, and just start talking. Because somebody's either going to come in or somebody may watch this later. They may find it useful and watch it later. And if they watch it later, they're going to standing around, sitting around, doing nothing. You know, like talking to yourself is fine. You know, just do it. Have fun. Do it. It's one of those. Download, like, you don't even need to actually go crazy and like download software stuff PC. Just grab your cell phone, you know, plug your cell phone in, turn your cell phone sideways so you get a nice wide view, and just prop it up above your computer and sit there and like talk to everybody using just your camera, you know, your phone on your camera on your phone. Jeez. Talking to yourself is sometimes the only intelligent conversation you have. Yes. I know that feeling all too well. But no, just If I can do it, you can do it. It's just that simple. I mean, like, again, all the time, idiot with a webcam and a microphone right here. And I just talk about the things that are interesting to me, and other people find it interesting. They come and hang out. And over the years of doing that, I've built up some great friendships and relationships with companies and people. And it's allowed stuff to happen, you know. I mean, I wouldn't have made it to Rocky Mountain last year if it wasn't for Libre Computer and the collaborations and stuff I was doing with Libre. Speaking of, there's 3 Libre boards in this little guy right here, along with 3 Raspberry Pis. You know, I mean, built up great friendships, great relationships, you know, working and otherwise. And like I said, I mean, it's all because I just hopped on the webcam and started talking to people and making friends and friendships. You're going to run into enemies along the way. You're going to run into people who are naysayers that don't care about you, that are just here to criticize you because for whatever reason, something's going on in their life that is, you know, they're not happy. So they want to hurt other people. That's what's going to happen. You know, you got to figure out a way to deal with that. I'm not going to tell you how to deal with it. You're going to have to figure that one out. Me personally, I just realized that, you know, everyone has the ability to be an asshole, and it's just how are you going to deal with them? Me personally, I choose not to engage for the most part. I don't see a reason to give them the satisfaction of knowing that they got to me. If they did get to me, they're not going to know it in most cases because I'm not going to let them have that joy. Which then brings me joy. You know, I look at that. I like, if I respond or react to this, that person's going to know that they got to me, and it's going to bring them some joy in their already miserable existence. And I don't want that. So I'll just enjoy the fact that knowing that if I don't engage, they're miserable, and they stay miserable because they tried to attack me and they don't even know me. You know, I think I told you guys the story about the guy on Facebook. And if I didn't, I'll tell you guys a little story about a guy on Facebook. And so on one of the Elegoo websites for the Centauri Carbon, a gentleman bought a Centauri Carbon from a third-party company out of Las Vegas that was not Elegoo. And was getting a little bit of a runaround about it. Was very unhappy that I did a little bit of Googling apparently and found out that they were saying that Elegoo screwed up and was saying something to them along the lines of they were buying a open box or returned version of the Carbon. And find it odd that Elegoo would already have some of those available, but they said that they were buying it from Elegoo and that Elegoo screwed up, or said that I think the proper thing was Elegoo is a fucking joke, is I think what they said. That's not me saying that. That's what was I said. I believe that was the proper phrase. And then posted the screenshots of the text conversation that was had between them and Elegoo. It was actually LV Liquidations or something out of Las Vegas. And I did a quick Google search of the phone number, found out that it was not Elegoo. It's a third-party company that sells Elegoo and other things. And informed them that, hey, just letting you know, it looks like, you know, the company, a quick Google search shows that the company is not Elegoo. It's a third-party company. It's this. And that, you know, just wanted to, you know, inform you of that so that this way, you know, you're not angry at the wrong party. To which I got a response of, it's pieces of shit like you that always come in here and say things like, oh, just Google it and blah, blah, blah. I bought it through the company. They're representing Elegoo. Or saying that they're supposed to be like a US-based Elegoo, which no, they're not. They're a third-party company that's just selling Elegoo products and is, you know, using Elegoo branding for whatever reason, but they're not Elegoo. I don't tell them that because this is where it goes. To which I responded with, then he said something about, in that rant, it was something along the lines of, because your daddy didn't hug you enough. To which Okay, you want to go there, that's fine. I informed him that my dad had passed away in December and that there was about a 30-year span where I didn't get to know my father because he wasn't in my life. And then of course, I'm trying to be the victim now. So people like me who are just playing the victim card and trying to turn things around and blah blah blah. It's like, no, I was not trying to play the victim. You brought up my father, not me. I just informed you that I don't have a father now, and that he had passed away, and I didn't really know him all that well in the end anyway. And you brought it up, not me. You're the one who made the comment, so don't sit there and say I brought it up, because I didn't, you did. And right about that time is when the group went nuts on this guy and just started unloading on him for being rude, ignorant, inconsiderate, realizing, hey, people are just trying to help you and help you better understand. Maybe you shouldn't be this way towards people. But I guess it was one of those situations where no matter what was said, no matter what was done, the individual had already made up their mind and were already very happy just being angry and attacking. So I stopped talking to him. I said what I had to say, and I stopped talking to him. However, the funny part is, if I had a view from my front door like this individual does, I would just walk outside and be a much happier man staring at the mountains. Just walk out my front door and look at the mountains. Yeah, the internet's scary, and it's amazing with what a name you can do, especially when you have a name and you do a Google search. And because of the post you made in social media and what you were wearing indicated roughly where you were located, it was real easy to figure out which one was you. Could have full-blown doxed this guy and been a total douchebag about it, but a Google search of this guy brought up everything: mom's name, dad's name, siblings' names, neighbors' names, phone numbers, all kinds of stuff from a simple Google search. LinkedIn account that says that individual's been unemployed for 7 years, is looking for work for the last 7 years. Crazy, right? I mean, all this stuff was found with a simple Google search. Don't attack people, man. That's not right, because if it would have been anybody other than me that had done that, they would have probably doxed this dude's ass back to the Stone Age. But I'm not a bad person. I want to know who's attacking me, but I don't want the world to know. And I'm not saying this to try and say that I'm like uber hacker. I'm not. It was a Google search. Anybody can do it. Anybody can do it. I'm not like master hacker. It was a Google search. If typing in someone's name and like general location in Google is making me a hacker, then holy shit, there is a bunch of 9, 10, 11, 12-year-old kids that should be making billions right now. You are correct, Havoc. You are correct. If people will just stop and breathe. But yeah, so my daughter does that shit all the time. When she found out that my other daughter had a boy of interest, it took her 15 minutes to find out this boy's mother's name, where they live, all kinds of stuff. Had all this information from a simple Google search. Because again, if you're on the internet, it's on the internet. So that's where I need to get a sponsor, like today's sponsor. I'm just kidding. But no, I just think that more people need to, like you said, just stop, breathe. And the problem with text in general is text does not convey sincerity. You can't get an emotion through text. The emotion that is received in text is the emotion the person wants to give it. So, when you type to someone something, the emotion is lost because it's just text and their perception of what's being said. It's how they perceive it, not how you mean it. And that's the worst part. And that's what starts so many fights on the internet is you're trying to be sincere and help. The person on the other end is angry, upset, and does not care about anything other than why isn't my whatever it is here today? It should have been here months ago. Why isn't it here? So they're already in an angry state, and you're offering helpful information just to try and help them understand a situation, or at least help inform others that might see said conversation, because I got told that I should not have even been involved in that conversation. Why are you even replying to my comment? Because you posted it on a public website, on a public forum for everyone to see. What did you think was going to happen? That people were just going to read that and jump on your fucking ship and be like, down with Elegoo? No, because people will use their brains, do a little bit of homework, and realize that you're not dealing directly with the company you're upset with. You're dealing with the third-party company that you should be upset with. You know, again, I have the Elegoo Centauri Carbon. I can say whatever the hell I want about this. Do you know why? Because it was provided to me by a third-party company. These guys right here. The nice part about those guys is if I have a problem, I'll talk to them. If it's something that is outside of their means or control, because I know I bought that third party, or in this case, I received it third party. So I will contact third party first, because that's where I received it from. Third party will tell me that is a manufacturer warranty claim issue, talk to manufacturer, or that is a we're going to deal with it, we will make it right situation. But I will get third party involved, ask third party what their suggestions are, and then I will proceed to manufacturer. I'm not going to get it from third party and then blast, you know, the original company. I'm not going to do that. And you guys know me. If I have a problem, you know, I'm going to try everything within my power to fix that problem first. And if I can't do it, then I'll ask for help. And that's how most of us are in this community. Like if something breaks, we try to fix it ourselves. If it's something we've got parts for or whatever, we'll try to fix it ourselves. If we can't fix it ourselves, then we'll reach out to either the company we bought it from or the manufacturer, or if we bought it from the manufacturer, we'll just go straight to the manufacturer. That's just how things go. That's how we are. Correct, Captain. Correct. Fighting over the internet is dumb anyhow. I do have to say, no spoilers, but I do have to make a comment. The reason why I personally liked Happy Gilmore 2 is because there's a lot of like hits that make sense. We're watching a 20-something Happy Gilmore when we're in our 20s. We're thinking the same way, we're acting the same way, we're doing the same dumb shit in our 20s that he was doing. Fast forward 30 years, he's now in the situation he's in. I don't want to throw spoilers out there, but he's in the situation that he's in, and he's living life in a way that we can relate to. In some way, we can relate to. And it's like watching it for me, it was like watching stupid Dan when he was in his 20s, teens and 20s, doing dumb shit, to where Dan is now. You know, I have children, you know, the marriage situations and the current situation. Haven't outright experienced part of that. Don't want to experience part of that. If you've seen the movie, you know. If you haven't seen the movie, just watch it. Give yourselves the 2 hours, watch the movie. If you don't like it, you're out 2 hours of your life, but you've wasted longer than that waiting in a doctor's office or at the DMV. So, you know. But for me, I can watch that movie and I can look at that stuff and I can say to myself, that's what I would do in that situation. And it's just, you know, you see the growth in the character, and you can relate. So that's why I enjoyed it. Don't know about you guys though. You're all big kids. You're all gonna make your own decisions. So be big kids, make your own decisions. If you watch it, great. If you don't, that's fine too. If you do watch it and you didn't like it, it was your choice, not mine. You watched it. Don't blame me. Take a few minutes. Yeah, like I said, guys, I am nobody special. Like I am no one special. I am just some schmuck from Podunk nowhere, Illinois. I have a day job. I go to work. I go to my day job. I come home to my wife and kids who have slowly been moving out, and we're down to 2.5 kids at home now. The 18-year-old is sometimes here, sometimes not. So, you know, I kind of between the two, you know what I mean? Like it's just me, the wife, the 2.5 kids at home. Um, you know, and then on top of that, I chose to put myself out there on the internet, and it comes with the good and the bad. I mean, so I know doing this, I did open myself up to some criticisms, some harsh words, some mean comments, the occasional troll. But you know, this is my kind of escape time. You know, I come out here and do this and hang out with you guys and just talk. Because I'm not like a big social guy. I don't go to the bars. I don't go drinking. Don't use any drugs. But I don't, you know, I don't look down on those who you know do. I mean, if you drink and you do drugs, that's your choice. You are your own person, capable of making your own decisions. I'm not here to tell you how to live your life. I stress that often. I'm not here to tell people how to live their lives. I'm not here to tell people what to do. If you ask me a question, I'll give you a suggestion. I won't tell you, but it's a suggestion. You know, like right now, you got 300 to 350 bucks burning a hole in your pocket. You want to know from me what printer I would get? There you go. It's real simple. I would get one of those. Now, if you have a little bit more in your pocket and you want to get something with an AMS or an ACE, as as some of the other companies say, you can always look into getting like the S1. That's an option. You can get yourself an S1. I've heard good things. Havoc quite enjoys his. So I hear good things. I know that waiting for this isn't always an option for people. There is a lot of like, if I buy it today, I'd like it tomorrow. So you won't get that with this right now. These things are in high demand because they just are. Captain loves his S1 as well. So there you go. So Havoc and Captain will both tell you the S1 is a beautiful machine, and that if you have that kind of money, to get one of those. You know, LTX, the Magneto is still printing well. I still have some hiccups from time to time. Got to reboot it. I did talk with P.O. Poly. P.O. Poly is sending me out a new build plate for it, as well as they're sending me a couple of rolls of their little more exotic filaments. They're sending me some PET, not PETG, but PET CF, and some PPA CF. So they're sending me some PPE or PET and PPA CF, as well as a new build plate. They're coming out of California. I should have them sometime this week. And then when I get them, I'm going to throw the new build plate on, rerun the bed level, everything. And then I'm really interested to check out the materials. You know, I really want to see what PPA CF is all about. So it'll be fun. You have the HTLF kit that got with the printed parts from, printed parts you are willing to part with. I think my son's here. Hold on a second, guys. Let me check something. Let me lock the camera so it doesn't try to like follow me. Oh, it is locked. Okay. Give me 1 second. I think my son is here. Let me do this real quick because I don't know if he is and I don't know what's going to be said. Mute. Well, I thought he was here. I thought I heard this big old diesel pull up, but nope, wasn't him. Havoc, I'll talk to you. Maybe we can, I don't know. We'll see. I'll talk to you. Anybody else that's interested, talk to him. I need to move this back this way a little bit. There we go. And then I can go like this, and then you guys can see it printing. Let me sneak in here real quick and take a peek. It is still printing amazing, and there is still no issues with the little wispies. That first layer was a little close. I'm not going to lie. That was an oopsie on my part. Let me fix something. My chair is just dropping. Oh, my shock and my chair is shot. Because I'm fat. Captain, shut up. I'm fat. You have a box turtle that you don't think will end up using also? Look at you guys. Again, this community in here just talking about, look at all the toys we don't think we're going to use. Is anybody interested? Look at you guys. Like, talk amongst yourselves. Don't just think of Dan, okay, guys? Like, talk amongst yourselves. If you guys, you know, if you guys work deals, make things happen, that's the whole point of being here is like I said, self-promotion is always a thing here. You can promote yourselves all you want, as long as you're not promoting anything illegal or, you know, just keep it legal and try to keep it clean. So don't no OFs, no fansleys, no none of that. Like keep it somewhat family friendly. I mean, I know the conversations get off the rails, but let's not make the content off the rails, okay? You have all the parts for 2. Nice. Haven't gotten the desire to make them. Oh, what I was going to do. I'm getting sidetracked talking to you guys. Man, you guys are such bad influences on me. Where is it? Come on. Load up Stream Deck software. I need to add in the button for the, let's see. Let's remove that one real quick, and then let's add in a scene. Let me find my scenes here. Drag that, drop that. Pick the scene. We're going to call this one. There we go. And then let's move this one because more people are going to be interested in this one over that one. There we go. There we go. All right. Now I should be able to just hit that button and bam. But like, look at that. There's no crazy like stringing or wisping. It's just printing nicely. Looks good. I have to say, stupid fly. It's one of those things where it's like I gotta ask you guys, like, what do you think? Like, say I did the lettuce feeder. Say I did one. Like, what do you guys? Where do you think it should go? Science Sniper, I'm going to give you some real talk, okay? I'm going to give you some real talk right now. So here it comes. Hard truth. Don't be mad at me, but I'm going to give you some real talk. Your channel won't grow because you won't get out of your own head. Stop saying my channel won't grow. Stop saying I'm not getting the results I want to see. Channel growth comes with time. If you feel like it's not going to grow, you're not going to have the heart to make it grow. You need to stop and get out of your own head. You need to stop going into my chat and everyone else's and talking about how your channel is failing, because nobody wants to go there if you don't believe in yourself. You need to get out of your head. You need to grow your channel. You need to make content that you like and you enjoy. Like-minded people will find you. They will come to you. Your channel will grow. It takes time. I've been at this for 6 years and I have 2,200 subscribers. And I will treat every single one of those 2,200 subscribers just as I did when I had 60. When I get to 100,000, when I get to 200,000, when I get to 1,000,000, I'm still going to care about all of my subscribers, but I'm still going to be me. I'm going to make what I enjoy. I'm going to do the things I enjoy. If my channel never surpasses 2,200 subscribers and I stay at 2,200 subscribers from now till the day I'm no longer on this lovely planet, I won't care. I'm not here for the numbers. I am not here for that. I am here for myself first and foremost. I am going to do what I want to do, make the content I want to make. The people who enjoy my content and what I do, they keep coming back. So please stop pushing yourself down a negative rabbit hole because you're only hurting yourself. Stop that. Stop talking like that. Stop saying my channel won't. My channel won't. Your channel will do what you want it to. It may not do it when you want it to, but it will. But you need to have the positive mindset. So get out of your head. Make content. Post content. If you post more regularly, people will find you more easily. If you're not willing to post more regularly, you're not going to be found as easily. That's the only thing I can tell you about the algorithm that I know that works. If you stream every day or post every day, you're more likely to be seen. That's all I can tell you. That's the only advice that I have for you, brother. It's the only advice that I have for you. But I will tell you, coming to our streams and talking in chat negatively about yourself and your channel is bringing people away from your channel. Don't do that. You are becoming the worst thing for yourself and your channel by doing that. Please stop, brother. Stop. Come to our channels, hang out, have fun, talk with us. Don't be pushing, how do I get free stuff? Why won't my channel grow? Why can't I get what you have? Don't do that, because people in chat see that, and those are big red flags and big negatives for people. If you want companies to work with you, you want people to see you, be positive in chat, brother. Be positive. Come in, hey guys, what's going on? What are you working on? Oh, that's awesome. Maybe I should check that out. Maybe I'll do a stream about it. Do things like that. Help bring interest to you by doing things that are interesting to you. I will watch you stream. You just got to stream, brother. You got to stream. If you're going to keep making content, I'll keep watching your shorts. No problem there. I will keep watching your shorts. I will keep liking on them and helping you, in the algorithm. But you got to keep on it, and you got to keep your head high, and you got to stay focused on positivity, brother. You can't keep coming into the chats like this saying my channel's never going to grow, because that's all I ever see out of you. And it upsets me because I can't believe you feel that way. I can't, man. You're not going to see the results you want to see tomorrow. The world we live in has gotten everyone so numb to waiting. Like they're so used to now. You see YouTubers and you see them with 100,000, 200, like Joel, 600,000 in the 3D printing space. He's been at it for years, brother, years. And year over year, his numbers keep growing because more and more people are finding him because he's posting content. It's stuff that he likes. It's stuff that he wants. And people are finding it. And he's growing year over year. My channel had a boom. Thank you to Captain Kern. He put out a little post. Hey, can we help this guy out? A lot of those people came and subscribed. They don't come watch the chats, brother. It's just a number right now. Interaction is where it's important. People like views on your videos, views on your streams. Those are the important thing. The number of subscribers you have is minuscule. There are some people who are subscribed to my channel with 5 and 6 different accounts. It's the same one person. But they subscribed to help get that number up because I had a goal I wanted to reach with a number. And it was just a number. Right now, 11 concurrent viewers, 95 views. That's the important number to me right now. That's the number that is happening right now. So just keep your head up, brother. Keep your head up. No, Science Sniper, you don't need to explain anything to me. I'm just going to give you some tough love right now. Okay? I understand that everyone has mental things going on upstairs, family life, all of that. I understand they all have that. But we all have one thing in common. Our worst enemy is ourselves. Okay? Regardless of anyone's personal situations and anything going on in life, a person's number one enemy is themselves, because once you give up on you, it don't matter anymore. So think positive, think well, like just good thoughts, brother. Think positive, think good thoughts. Your channel's going to do what your channel wants to do, or what you want it to do, but you have to be there. So I don't need to hear your problem to give you the answer. The answer is this. If you want it, pursue it, and don't get upset when the numbers when the numbers aren't there. Don't set crazy goals to have 100,000, 200,000 subscribers. Don't set that goal. I set a goal at 500 or at 200 or at 200. And I ended up 250 is where I stayed. So I got to 250. From 250, I almost hit 500 before I even did something at 250. And then it slowly started growing. And then I said, let's do a 2K by May. And then I started saying that every year. 2K by May was my new goal. I knew it was a long one, and I did 4 years of 2K by May. Okay? 4 years to go from 500 to 2,000. 4 years of the 6 years that this channel's been around. So, you know, right now the new goal is 10. When I hit 10K, we're giving away a printer. Brand new printer. The wife already said, we'll if we're gonna, you know, whatever it is, we're gonna give away a printer at 10K. So when I hit 10K subs, which could be another, who knows, 10 years from now, we'll give away a brand new printer, because I already said it. It's already in text on the channel. So at 10K, we're giving away a printer. Who knows where the world's gonna be when I get there? Who knows what the new hotness is gonna be? I can't say a specific printer, because I don't know what the new hotness is gonna be in however long that's going to take. So, but yeah, Big Jano, good to see you, brother. Glad you're here. But gang, the advice that I'm giving out is advice for all of us. All of us. I did say us, not you, not me, not one specific person. It's for all of us. Like, keep the head high, think high. Get out of your own head. When you're down, get out of your own head. You know, don't bring yourself down. Don't let you be your own worst nightmare. Now you need to make a few more accounts. Yes, positive mindset is key. Exactly. That's the one thing you're going to find in this group, Sniper. You're going to find a bunch of people who are going to tell you, you know, you just stay positive, brother. Don't let, first off, stop looking at the numbers all the time. Stop doing that. Don't look at the numbers. Enjoy life as it's happening, and if the numbers come, they come. I said it a million times. I am not advertiser friendly. I am not a necessarily family friendly guy. If I was to drop the F-bombs and all the swear words, and I was willing to, when I'm out here streaming, tell my family, do not interrupt me while I'm streaming, so that I know that I am taking out all of my outside interferences that could potentially derail a family-friendly child stream, I would have no time with my family. And I want to be able to do this and still be a part of my family's life while I'm doing it. So they're going to interrupt. They're going to bring all kinds of stuff with them, whether it be F-bombs or teenage girl drama, or my wife complaining about the kids, or my kids complaining about my wife, or all of them complaining about me. All of that craziness, all of that drama will magically happen on this stream, and you will see it, because I know who I am and I know what I want to do. I'm not an advertiser's like best friend. I'm not very marketable. But the thing is, to the ones that come here and do support me, like Fabreeko, right there, those guys, like Micro Swiss, like Polymaker. Polymaker does like more family-friendly stuff, but they also have dabbled in other things. Before 3D Print General was part of Polymaker, he was making content that is not for everyone, okay? But they still supported him because they do realize that, you know, there are many markets, there are many groups, and they want to be a part of as many of those as they can. So again, you know, Central 3D Printing. He's talked to me a few times at Midwest Rep Fest last year, this year, and we've talked a little bit on the Discords. They wanted to send over a roll of filament for me to check out and show off to you guys. They sent over a roll of green. We're printing with it, and I like it. I'm happy with it, and I will definitely recommend, if you're looking for a easier to print ABS, check out their ABS Plus. I will definitely recommend that. When it comes to a lot of the other materials, Polymaker's got a really large portfolio of different materials. I like West 3D's ASAs. You know, I like Polymaker's ASAs, ABSs, you know, PLA. I like all these companies. That's the other nice thing is I'm not under contract with anyone to say or do anything. So I'm thankful that a lot of my stuff, you know, we don't exchange money for services. You know, it's not like they pay me and then I tell you what they would like, you know, they would like me to tell you. They send me stuff, I show it off. If I like it, you know, because I tell you I like it. If I don't like it, you know, because you don't see me use it. Hi, Whitey Sauce. Yes, I'm streaming. Yeah. What's this? Oh, thank you, Lovey. Thank you, thank you.
I don't know if it's good or not.
We'll find out.
I borrowed $30.
Okay. I will try it out and find it out. Yeah. I love you.
I love you too. Go inside. It's hot.
Yeah, go inside. It's hot.
Jaden went in to get her meds, and they told her it was $100 and some. She's like, "What do you mean? It's been no charge? Like you know, she be charged for the insurance."
Yeah.
The guy's like, "Well, if I give you one box, it's $100 and some. If I give you three boxes, there's no charge." She goes, "Well, then just give me 3 boxes."
Yeah.
He goes, "Well, I didn't know if you wanted that." She's like, "Well, I don't want to pay $100 and something for 1 box and come back next month and pay $100 and something for another.
Give me
box.
3 months of my prescription and let me move on. Yeah.
So the insurance covers the 3 months.
3 months supply, but they won't cover a month by month.
Switched because she's only been doing month by month.
Yeah.
And now it switched to where she has to. Just why?
Give her 3 months. That saves 2 trips over there.
It saves
over
$300.
Yeah, and it saves 2 extra trips.
Yeah, that's what I said.
So every 3 months we take her to get her medicine instead of every month. Yeah.
I love you. I'll be inside.
Okay. Oh, by the way, hold on. Viking and hold on. So Viking and Havoc both said hi.
Hello. Aww.
Yeah. We were having some heart-to-heart talks.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna go heart-to-heart and not be part of it.
Yeah, you go play with the puppies.
I'm grouchy today.
Yeah, I know. Can I have a sip of your drink? I'm out of mine. Can I just have a sip? Thank you. See a sip. That was a good boy. I love you too. Okay, I'll be right here. Stop by, say hi, Killa. Thank you, brother. Hey, look, we got the Jesus Freak vented mod on top, but we broke one of the vents, like just one of the little vents in there. So I'm printing a whole new one now. And this is that Central 3D Printing. It's the Central 3D Printing stuff. So, yeah. See, that is beautiful. Yeah, Killa. I have been wanting this printer since they announced it. You all know that. I have been waiting since February to be able to tell you guys for sure definitively that yes, I am getting a Centauri Carbon. Yes, it is a sponsored printer by these guys. No, that doesn't mean reach out to them and ask them for free shit, people. But what that does mean is they saw some value and they went with it. As for anything else, build a rapport with your companies and then see what happens. You know, that's the only thing you can do is build a rapport and see what happens. I've said it once and I'll say it a million times. It doesn't hurt to ask, but understand you are asking a company for something. So if they say no, you can't get upset. You know, they have that right to say no. That is like the biggest thing I always push. It's been on your radar for a while. Just need to find the budget first. Big Jano, when you have it in your budget, get one. Okay? I don't tell everybody what to do. You know that. But I will tell you, because I know you will enjoy it. You will use it. You will love it. And I hope that you are not one of those people that gets the unlucky machine. So, but you, sir, I will tell what to do. Get one. Everybody else, I will not tell you what to do. But Jano, I'm telling you what to do, because you're Big Jano. Nah, I love you, brother. I would definitely say you won't be upset if you get one. It is everything that the bamboo printers have the ability to be at a price that is not bamboo. And when they get their AMS unit out for it, it will be even better yet. Huh. Wifey got me, huh. Yeah. It's a mint one. I know you guys know I have bad habits. It's a mint one. It's just weird because I don't see a way to like charge it. I'm not used to one that doesn't charge. So like when it's dead, it's dead. Weird. Anyway. Yeah, Jano, you will definitely enjoy this thing, and I know you will definitely put it through its paces as well. I've got PLA through it, worked just fine. I'm running ABS through it right now, and it's working just fine. As soon as I'm done printing that, I'm going to grab a roll of the ASA from behind me there, and we're going to print some ASA on there too. If it can print ABS, it should print ASA, no problem. And then after that, I do have some TPU. I'm going to throw it in my little dryer. Speaking of, just because Polymaker allows me to give away filament doesn't mean that Polymaker sends me stuff. If anybody has an extra poly dryer laying around that's just collecting dust, hit me up. I could use a poly dryer because I would really like to try that out. Yes, it does. LTX, I agree with that statement 100%, because as soon as this machine, when they were teasing this on X back in the day, I was like, what is that? It looks awesome. And then it was at the time when, you know, Anycubic was coming out with theirs, Elegoo had theirs, and Artillery was coming out with theirs. And I reached out to all three companies and said, hey, small-time content creator, this is the project that I work on. I'm wondering if any of you would be interested, or I was wondering if you'd be interested in maybe sending me a printer to do an unboxing and a review, not necessarily a review, but an unboxing and show it off. And then to have to print parts and things I need for the rehab project. That was the big thing for me, is I'm wanting to get a machine that I can do ABS and ASA parts on, that we can use to build, like, print parts that need to be replaced on these printers as I'm getting them, instead of having to buy parts. If there's a 3D model, we can just print it, throw it on there, and be good to go. You know what I mean? So I reached out to all of them. Anycubic never got back to me. Elegoo never got back to me directly. Indirectly through Fabreeko they have. Thank you, Fabreeko. Thank you. Thank you very much. And then Artillery was the ones that we had a bit of a snag with a while back, where they wanted me to drop a link for you guys to go buy the printer with my referral code. And then they would consider me in the future for a printer. So they wanted me to refer you guys to go buy the printer without me ever having one, testing one, playing around with one. They wanted me to go against everything you guys know I stand for. I will not recommend something for you if I do not have it, use it, or have had it to use, with the exception of this thing, because this has been something I've wanted. And I told you guys, based on other people's opinions, I think this would be a good machine. But I personally do not know as of yet. Well, now I personally do know as of now. And as of now, if you have the 200 or like the $300 to $350, I recommend this one. And that's for somebody new into 3D printing, or even if you are looking to maybe add a few machines to your farm, I recommend this one. You almost pulled the trigger on launch? Yeah. You use the other one, or the poly dryer. The only reason I want to get one is because, again, they sponsor the streams. So, you know, next time you get a code for Polymaker giveaway, you're going to be springing for a poly dryer. Yeah, that's kind of where I think I'm at too, is like get one for half off if I win somebody else's Polymaker stream, which I try not to partake in those anymore since I do give away their filament. I know that Polymaker says that it's okay because I'm not actually a partner or an affiliate. I'm just one of the lucky schmucks that they allow to give away filament. Like I said, I have no contracts in place with anyone. There's no company that I have a contract in place with. So realistically, Polymaker tells me I can still partake in other people's giveaways. I just personally don't feel as though it's right. So if there's ever a giveaway, or like when Lee Marie 3D, when they do their streams and they give away New Makers, Polymaker, and Ambrosia, I'll enter. But if I win the Polymaker, I always say respin, because I don't think that's right. I give their stuff away to you guys. Occasionally they gift me a code so I can get some to refill here, mostly to give away with the printers, but sometimes they say, here's a couple $100, buy a few rolls, put them on your shelf, you know. And I like having, when I have the shelves in frame, you know, I like, you know, like right now, you can see Polymaker is right here. I got some Ambrosia right there. So I like having, you know, if I had more Polymaker, there'd be more Polymaker up there, but I'm getting kind of low. I got a little ASA down here at the end, PTG right here, and then PLA is right here. So, but dryer box for multiple spools using the poly dryer. Yeah, I did see a couple of people that have something out there for those LTX. I saw what was it for the AMSs? I think, didn't somebody make one for the AMXs or for the box turtle, where you can actually snap the dryers on top? Like there's like inserts that you can, like for the enclosed version of the the box turtle, where you can actually snap poly dryers on top. Just the little heater modules. So I did see something like that, and I thought there was something somebody did, like a mod for the AMS. I might be wrong on that. I know the newer AMS Pro, the AMS 2 Pro or whatever it is, already has a dryer in it. But yeah, it would be kind of cool if somebody did something, you know, with the poly dryers, you know, something else, I guess. But yeah, Sunlu came out with one and BT has one. Yeah. And I did see something though. I did see something with the sun, or with the poly dryers. There was, somebody did it. Somebody did something with the poly dryer, I think for the box turtle. Let's see here. Let me do a quick Google search. Box turtle. I can't even spell. Turtle poly dryer. Here we go. Yeah, Fabreeko has right on their website the box turtle enclosure kit from LDO, and right on top of it, it has it has like inserts where you can drop in up to 3 of the poly dryers right on top. $214.99. Maybe a lettuce feeder on a Magneto, and then maybe a box turtle on a Magneto. It is Clipper. Maybe for as big as that thing is, I would have to, I'm honestly going to have to get that thing like a cart that I can put on, wheel it around, because there's some stuff I would like to do, and being able to like roll it, spin it, and like move it around to use it is probably going to be a better option. So I'm probably going to have to at some point find a cart big enough to put that thing on and then be able to wheel it around. Actually, Some of you guys, are any of you guys like old enough in the channel to remember when I had that old Stratasys, that monster Stratasys 3D printer that thing had a base. I wonder how big that base is. Mike Viking, yeah, you remember, because we always joked around about doing the upgrades and stuff on it and maybe modernizing it and all that crazy stuff. But then I ended up just giving it to a guy to scrap because I just needed the space back. But I kept the base for it, the wooden cart that it rolled around on. I wonder if that thing is big enough to put that guy on, and then it has the door underneath that I could store some crap in. Wonder. It would have been a fun project, and because it was an old enough version of their printer, I don't think they would have gotten too mad at me for gutting it and rebuilding it with modern stuff. But at the same time too, there was already a lot of prefabricated crap in there. Look at Rockler Rock steady stands. Hey, if anybody's got a connection to someone, I mean, the other thought is we could always get some 30-30 or 40-40 extrusion, and then I could take a trip to Harbor Freight and we could fabricate up something. And you know, not like I don't know a guy that could make me some custom panels for it too. Happy Manufacturing. Just saying, Happy, if you're lurking, if we went down that path, man, maybe you could cut me some custom panels for a small cart for that. And I could go to Harbor Freight and get the big rubber wheels, like the big squishy rubber wheels, because those would be nice isolators for it when it's moving around. Look at the thoughts in my head already. Holy shit. Maybe. Either that, or maybe if that cart will work, it probably would fit. You're right, it probably would. If it would fit on that, we could do the same thing. I could get like the bigger rubber wheels, because you guys know my floor in here sucks to roll shit around on. So I could get those bigger rubber wheels, they'd be more of an isolator, and then we could just roll that thing in. And I'd have to redo my filament, because I'd probably have to put that big thing over here on the wall, you know? And then that would be nice, because that would give me more room for Centauri Carbons on the shelves. Yeah. Tin Talon, good to see you, brother. Hope you're doing well. Glad you're here. You remember the Stratasys non-fam? Good to see you, non-fam. I'm glad you're here too, man. I miss you, brother. I'm glad you're here. You know, that's right. LTX does panels too, guys. I always say Happy, but LTX, I'm sorry, brother. I'm sorry I forget. Don't get mad at me, man. Don't hate me, okay? Don't unsubscribe and run away. Stay here. I make mistakes. I'm only human. I love you, brother. If I design something in CAD, I'm not a CAD guy, brother. I am not. I wish I was, but I'm not. However, if you're a CAD guy and you happen to snag up the files, I could see if I know somebody who has, you know, extrusions available. Maybe I could convince them to cut and send me the parts I need to make the actual cart for that thing. And then, like I said, I'll have to look around and see what I got. I don't feel comfortable putting that on 2020 extrusion. I'm not going to lie. It is 61 pounds fully loaded, it says. I'm guessing after you put like, you know, a 2 kilogram spool or a kilogram spool, or, you know, a couple kilograms worth of filament on there. Yeah, it could probably get a bit heavier. And another thought I just had was, if I actually designed my own cart out of like 2020 or 24, not 2020, 40-40 or 30-30, either one. 30-30 probably be more than enough. So if I built a frame for that out of 30-30, could almost build into the base of it a larger box turtle, and basically have like a giant box turtle across the bottom. So basically like 8 or, well, how long is that? How long is about anybody? I got a box turtle sitting in front of me, but 4 spools in a box turtle fits across what? The case would be, there's 300 to that magnet. And then there's another 300, so 600 across. It's 600 millimeters across, so I think it's like 400 millimeters deep. It's 400 or 500 millimeters deep. So the cart for it would have to be 600 by 400 or 500 deep. So 600 across minus 30 mils on each side would take out 60 mils. So 540 millimeters across. How many spools of filament, or how many box turtle enclosures or lettuce feeder enclosures, like filament segments, would be able to fit across that? Because then you could just go nuts and just inside of it, right in the front, just set it up so you can just drop in a spool of filament into each one right there in the front of it. Have a nice set of like panels made up by LTX, or, you know, LTX. We'll go with LTX on this project. LTX, we'll go with you on this project if it happens. And then you can just pull the doors open and then you just drop in your filament, feed it, and then it'll just kind of run tubes. You know, you put everything basically inside the base. And then, I mean, for as big as it would be, there'd be plenty of room in there for all kinds of stuff. Jesus H. My brain hurts because I do stupid stuff like think out loud. And then you guys are hearing my inner monologue out loud and you're like, you guys know what would happen if your BT is 400. Okay. All right. Well, we could figure something out. I know we can figure something out. If panels get, well, you're making doors, so 2 doors at 300. Just saying. ZigTech has an 8-lane box turtle board. Just saying. Do 8. That could be fun. That could be fun to have like the craziest Magneto X on the market. You know? And then the best part is, and they sell kits. Might have to look into that. Might. Right now, it's not in the budget. So it's not something we're going to do. It's just a thought we had on stream. But if Peel Poly says, here's some money, make it happen, we'll make it happen. Maybe they can send me some of that nice rounded off extrusion like they've got there. You know, color matched. And then, you know, that'd be pretty sweet. And then I can get, like I said, I'm going to get them big old bumpy rubber wheels on it. Be a nice damper as well as make it easy to roll across like odd surfaces. Because I'm pretty sure if I did do something like that, people would want to see that. So I'd probably have to bring that to events and stuff. Because people want to be like, what the hell? And I'd be like, yeah. I'm an idiot in a garage with ideas and I talk about it on stream and then we start doing stuff because people want to see things. Yeah, I definitely have to get a trailer. Or get my mobile repair command center. So that I can have a way to transport that thing. But gang, I said I wasn't going to do 2 hours. I said I was going to end it at an hour. We've talked for another full hour. Before we end the stream, let me show you guys the current progress. There you go. Current progress is looking good. It's looking good. It'll be done here in, how long has it got? Let me pull up the old slice air. We're at 41%. It says about 2 hours, an hour and 54 minutes left to go. So yes, Viking, I'm going to wrap this up. I'm going to hop into Discord with you, good sir. We'll have our conversation. And then, yeah, I don't know. If anybody else wants to chat, let me know. But I got to chat with the Viking. So, t-shirt thought. I'm an idiot in a garage with cool toys. Yes. Yes, I will have to. If somebody makes that into a thing, I'll put it up on the store. If you make that into a thing, Vince, I will put it up on the store. Nobody's buying any of my merch. By the way, guys, shop.makermynexus.com if you want to get a Maker My Nexus t-shirt. I need to order some more. just so I can wear them a little more frequently on the stream, so you guys know that they actually exist. But yes, I thank you guys for coming and hanging out. I thank you guys for spending some time with me. We got that printed out, or it was all printed out when we started, because I started it last night. But the Central 3D Printing ABS Plus green, good stuff. Like it, turned out really good. Other than the fact that I broke the one fin, that was a stupid on my part. The Elegoo Centauri Carbon is an amazing machine, Elegoo. Thank you for putting this out there. Fabreeko, thank you for sending that to me so that I could play around with it, have it, use it, do stuff with it, and be able to do many things going forward with printing parts for older printers as I rebuild those when we get back on that path again. Thank you to Polymaker for doing filament giveaways. We're not doing one today. We will do one later this week. But yeah, Microswiss, thank you for always providing parts whenever I need them. But yeah, to all the companies that have helped me over the years, thank you. To all those who are helping me currently, thank you. To all of you guys for coming and hanging out and watching these streams, thank you. With that being said, I'm just an idiot with a webcam and a microphone. You guys hang out with me. I think it's probably community service hours is my guess. So I hope you guys got those in today. I got you another 2 hours of community service. But that being said, love y'all. Stay out trouble, stay out jail. Happy 3D printing, all those things. And remember, an old printer is better than no printer. Have yourselves a wonderful day. And I will catch you guys in the next one. Bye, guys. Bye. Toodles. Toodles. All right. Bye, guys. See you later.